Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about ISOM number 2. So I think this was about last year now that I got the first one there. This was a brand new series, a brand new universe created by a YouTube personality called Young Ripper59. I've been following for quite a while, and I've really enjoyed the kind of the stuff that he'd been putting out. I could really relate to it and understand what he was talking about. So back a couple of years ago when he said he was going to be doing a book or a series of books, I thought, yes, definitely, I really want to read this. And he was very much someone that he wanted to really say put his money where his mouth is and show that you can do a good comic book story. So if you've seen my last review on ISOM number 1, you know how completely blown out the water I was with it. Like, this is not exactly a cheap book. I have to admit, with the fact that it's the shipping prices from America over here, it's not the cheapest of books I've got. But I really wasn't expecting, one, the incredibly high quality of both the writing and the paper, but also the amount that you actually get for your money. Now, these are books that are just short of 100 pages sort of long. This is not your standard comic book. These are kind of graphic novels within themselves. And to say that we've only received 2 of them so far, now, don't get me wrong, a year apart, yet he's still building his universe, he's still building his business. There's a lot that's going into it. And it does sound like there's a lot to come from it as well. I really do enjoy the fact that this is setting up the universe, because you are following Avery, who is ISOM, but he's meeting lots of different people throughout the entire story that you seem, it's got the potential to kind of spin off into their own books. So it's an incredible story that's being told. First off, it feels very relatable, even though there are some superheroes, some extra dimensional stuff that's happening. It's an incredible read. It really, really is. The one drawback that I see to this is almost 100 pages long. I read through it so quickly. I was expecting to read through it quickly, and I wanted to try and hold myself back and really slow down and really enjoy it. But you just can't put it down. You really cannot. And this is the one downside, that I don't know how long I'm going to have to wait for the 3rd issue. And the third issue will actually be the conclusion of the first arc, of the ill-advised arc, where it is bringing Avery out of retirement back into his ISOM character. And it seems like there's a lot within the world that's happening that maybe he feels like he does need to go back. And it's in this one, number 2, actually, that he actually gets his new suit that's a little bit heavier, that has more potential for the future. So there's a lot of exciting stuff happening in this. And I will say, is it Cliff? I think it's Cliff Richards that does the artwork. It is fantastic. Like, this artwork is phenomenal. It's so good. I have to completely admit, I do not know who Cliff Richards is, and I apologise. I really do apologise. I consider myself not necessarily a scholar when it comes to comic books, but I feel like I know a fair bit. But there's the artwork in this. Like, I'll just pick out a couple of pages here. Some of this artwork is truly exceptional. Now, I can't even remember the artists, but I remember back in the day there was Uncanny X-Men, and the art looked kind of a mix of like cartoony and realistic, and this really kind of brings me back to that. And it's so clean. It really is. It's just stunning artwork. Again, let me bring you back. It's another full page panel there. And I will say, it's probably about the last 20 or so pages of this book. It's a very quick read because there's hardly any dialogue. It is a lot of fighting. And I don't want to ruin too much, but when you get to like the dragon, you're thinking, this is cool. This is really cool. So they have, her name's Bloodruth. They have introduced a character that straight away I was like, this character's awesome. I cannot wait. She seems like a sort of, if I'm going to relate to any other characters, She seems like a mix between like a Jonah Hex and a Wanda. She's got the kind of mystical powers, but she deals with very much the sort of the darker side of the universe, as it were. So I say universe. They even mention it in there. There's not multiple universes. No, there isn't. There's different dimensions. So I the fact that she has a pet dragon, I'm like, I'm in. I'm in. This is awesome. So I'm really excited to see what they do. Well, I know what they're going to do next. They are doing, they're doing Alpha Core there, followed by, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Yara? I'm terrible, I don't know how to pronounce the name. That's what's coming next. So I don't know when, but honestly, I cannot praise Eric July, who is the main writer. His company, everyone that is part of this book, this series, I cannot praise them enough. This is an incredible read. It's an incredible series. I honestly, for anyone that is a fan of just comics in general, I've been a little bit let down by comics recently, like the sort of the Marvels, the DCs. There's still a couple of good Image stuff out there, and I do think Image is probably where sort of people should be looking to at the moment. But for a relatively new company, still finding their feet, this is a hard hitter. This is something that's really making a statement, and I cannot wait for the third part of Ill Advised, and I cannot wait to see what they do with the universe going forward. I hope Blood Ruth gets a spin-off, because I'm all over that without a doubt. But yeah, this was an incredible read. I will say that I did pre-order cover A, and I got cover B, but I will say I love cover. Now that I've got cover B, I think it's beautiful. I really do, and the fact they're showcasing Blood Ruth is not exactly a bad thing. But yeah, I mean, I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with it. And I have to say, they even sent out a little bookmark as well, which was really cool. But like I said, you are getting an incredible amount for your money with this. It is very high quality, both the story and the paper, like the book itself. So I cannot praise it enough. And I think anyone who's even thinking about sort of potentially picking it up, just pick it up, because it is really that good. But guys, if you have decided to take that dive into the Rippaverse, let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, because it really does help me out. And I'll see you all in the next video.